Hello, and welcome to Crime in Court. My name is Heather, and this is episode 3 of the Wisconsin versus Zachariah Anderson trial that we're covering. It's possibly a wrongfully convicted trial. We are going through all the documents. So what I did in the past episodes, we went over the incident in the first episode, and then we did 2-part series of the timeline, and now this is episode 3, and we're going to do multiple parts on this. I don't know how many parts. It's probably going to be a lot because this is a long document, although there's a lot of blank space too in it, so hopefully it goes fast. But regardless, we're going to go through as many parts as we need to for this investigation, because I took every single report and every single statement, all the police reports, and combined it into one big PDF, and I put it in chronological order. So we're going to look through it and look through all the investigative information and see what we see and find out what we find out. So here we are starting with just for a recap, if anybody needs it, the incident that took place was May 19th, 2022. Sadie Beecham goes to visit someone that she's dating. She's worried because she hasn't heard from them and in over 24 hours or whatever it is. And then she goes to his home, finds out that the door is open. The sliding glass door to his unit, his apartment there, is open, but he is missing, and there's liquid blood, red liquid DNA throughout his living room. It looks like there was a struggle and somebody lost a lot of their liquid DNA. So the characters that we are talking about is Sadie and Zachariah Anderson. Obviously, he is the defendant in this case. And Rosalio Gutierrez Jr. is the victim. He is missing. He has been missing since since May 17th, 2022. 2020? Gosh, I can't speak today. February 17th, 2020 is the last day anybody heard from him or saw him. And nothing on the 18th, and then the 19th is when Sadie arrived at his home and found that he was not there. So he's been missing ever since. We have not found a body. This is a no body trial, just in case you forgot that. So we're going to begin with Sadie Beecham's police report to the Kenosha Police, which is 5/19/2020, and Officer Leo Viola is taking her statement. All right, so on May 19th, 2020, at 11:07 hours, Officer Benvenuto and Officer Chase, Officer Benito and Officer Chase, so the three of them, responded to a check welfare complaint at Rosalio's apartment. Upon arrival, we spoke to the complainant, Sadie Beecham. Sadie stated that this was her boyfriend's house, Rosalio Gutierrez. She stated that she last spoke to him on 5/17/20 at approximately 8:30 p.m. So she said it was her boyfriend's house, but they were only dating, I thought, casually for a couple months, and he was dating other women, and he had lied about where he was that night because he had said he was going to hang out with a guy friend, but really he had plans with some other woman that he met on Facebook dating. So I don't know. I don't know how tight their relationship was, or if it had really evolved to boyfriend-girlfriend status, but I don't know. She stated that she received a text from him stating that he was going to a friend's house. So he said he was going to go to his friend Michael Campbell's house. Remember, he owed Michael Campbell money, and Michael Campbell had been texting him saying, "Yo, where's my money?" So she has attempted to call him for the past 2 days, and his phone is going directly to voicemail. Oh, they've been dating for 3 months. 3 months. Missed sentence there. She attempted to call him for the past 2 days, and his phone is going directly to voicemail. She stated that this is not normal and that she usually hears from him every day. Due to her not hearing from him, she decided to come to his apartment and check on him. When she arrived, she observed both his vehicles in the parking lot, two apparently. She then observed that the sliding door to his apartment was open. She opened the door and yelled his name and saw what she believed to be red liquid DNA on the carpet. At this point, she called 911. Sadie continued to state that something is not right. Officer Chase and I entered the residence through the sliding glass door. Do they have a warrant for that? I immediately observed a large amount of what appeared to be red DNA on the living room floor. We called out Rosalio's name several times and entered the apartment. After entering the apartment, we began checking for Rosalio. I observed a large amount of what appeared to be BLOOD spatter throughout the entire... You can't say that on YouTube. They don't like it. Throughout the entire living room, kitchen, and dining room. So it was on the outside of his apartment, on the door, or like entryway, and then it continued into the home, and then throughout his living room. And there was a large, I guess you'd say a large puddle of it on his living room floor, and there was some on his couch or the wall behind his couch. I'm not sure. I don't remember. We can look at pictures later if you want, but I mean, I'll give you a trigger warning. I wasn't planning on looking at pictures yet, but we can do that as we go through here if you want. All right, so she called 911. Something's not right. They enter the apartment. After entering the apartment, they began checking for him. They observed a large amount of BLOOD. I checked the bathroom and opened the closet door. I did not observe anything in there. I observed Officer Chase open the bedroom door that was closed. We did not observe anyone in the apartment. While walking back towards the living room, I observed what appeared to be BLOOD on the it's too long to say on the couch backrest. Sadie began yelling that there was a throw carpet that was missing from the floor on the living room. So I observed the outline of the carpet of the floor. I also observed that due to the wet, muddy ground outside, Officer Chase and I left behind muddy footprints on the carpet. These footprints were from our shoes, so they contaminated the scene. You're supposed to put... All right. You guys just admitted to contaminating the scene. Good job. And this time, we contacted a supervisor and evidence technician. Officer J. Niebuhr responded to my location, as well as Sergeant Zakauskas. I don't know. The apartment was secured until a search warrant was received. So I'm telling you, they shouldn't have even gone in there because of the search warrant. I don't know if wellness checks are different, or if it's different if you suspect that somebody's injured because you see the red DNA on the floor or what. But I don't think they're supposed to enter until they have a search warrant. But they entered it and contaminated it before they even had the search warrant is what this says. So, good job. Um, Apartment was secured until a search warrant was received. I began a scene log until relieved by Officer Heed. At 14:29 hours, Detective Sergeant Bandy requested that I provide dispatch with Rosalio's phone and advised them that his carrier was Verizon per Detective Correa. Correa. I was also requested to run all plates for all of his vehicles in the parking lot, which I did through dispatch, and they printed them out for the investigation purposes. It should be noted that Sadie also made a comment that her boyfriend was highly upset when she was seeing Rosalio. She stated that her ex, unknown name, had stolen Rosalio's registration from his car. Recently, she stated, quote, "I'm not saying he did something, but he could have," end quote. I provided this info to the Detective Bureau. This ends my involvement in the case. And that is probably why they narrowed their focus completely on Zachariah Anderson. Because Sadie said, "I'm not saying he did something, but he could have." Yeah, so could anybody. He had, he owed a lot of people some money, too, so it could have been someone else that he owed money to. Especially, the person Michael Campbell he was with all day. All right, so the next police report, same day, Michael Madsen is the officer. Oh, no, I'm sorry. The reporting officer is Gerald Jones Denson. Sorry, the other one wasn't. I don't know, I read the wrong one up there. Anyways, all right, so on May 19th, 2020, at approximately 15:28 hours, IPO Jones Denson, 651, responded in full KPD uniform and in fully marked squad, not recording, to the crime scene to assist with an ongoing investigation. On arrival, I was advised by Sergeant Bandy that Jensen's would be towing a white truck with the plate number ending in 26 to the secure evidence bay. Once Jensen's arrived, I accompanied them to the secure evidence bay and the vehicle was placed in garage 3. No further information to report at this time. See other officer reports for more information. So this is just recording the fact that he was with Jensen's tow trucking company and he helped secure he's just showing the chain of custody that he was with them and they brought it there. No one interfered, yada, yada, yada. Okay. So that's kind of what we're just going to get from a lot of this because it might just be like dry, boring police reporting, but this one is a witness, Marissa Swanigan, taken May 19th by Gerald Jones Denson again. While on scene, I made contact with a female who was identified as Marissa C. Swanigan, who advised that she lived at an address near. She lived in the same building or complex as Rosalio. Marissa advised that her apartment is directly above Rosalio's apartment. So on Sunday, 5/17, between 2200 and 2300 hours. So what is that? 10 and 11. So Marissa, between 10 and 11 o'clock at night, Marissa advised that she was at home and in bed when she heard loud banging coming from the apartment below her. Marissa thought the children in the apartment were physically fighting. Marissa advised that it sounded like someone was being thrown against the wall. There were no voices heard and no sounds of glass breaking. Marissa... Oh, okay, sorry. My dog just threw a bone on the floor really loudly. And now she's going to jump on the floor. All right. Marissa also did not see or hear anyone leave the apartment or the building. There were no vehicle lights observed and no doors being slammed shut. Marissa advised that on 5/16 around 2100 hours to 2300 hours, she heard two loud pops, which she thought were gunshots. So that was on the 16th, but he was fine on the 16th. I don't know. A records check showed that there was a fireworks call at 35th Avenue and 14th Place at 21:30 hours at night. See Marissa's statement for more. And here is Marissa's statement. My name, Marissa C. Swanigan, and I live at, she gives her address, on Sunday, 5/17/2020. I was at home in bed. I believe that it was around 10 p.m. to 11 p.m. I heard lots of loud banging coming from the apartment under mine. I thought that the kids were fighting in that apartment for about 5 minutes. I heard loud bangs against the walls. It sounded like some... Hold on one second. Sorry, my dog is trying to hardwood floors and she's playing around with the bone while I'm trying to record, of course. All right, sorry. Okay, so for about 5 minutes, I heard loud bangs against the walls. It sounded like someone was being thrown against the wall. I did not hear anything breaking and no voices. The banging finally stopped and nothing else was heard. I did not hear or see anyone leave the building. I did not see any vehicle lights outside my window. This statement is true and accurate and written for me by P.O. Jones Denson. And she signed it. P.O. Denson wrote it. Why? I don't know. Next, Zachariah Joseph Anderson, 5/19. They went and they interviewed him right away. So Justin Niebuhr on 5/19 went to go to interview Zach. So on 5/19 at 11:27, I, Officer Niebuhr, full KPD uniform, marked squad, no video. Why does no one have video? Was dispatched to Zach's house to assist, or no, maybe he went to the apartment first to assist P.O. Benvenuto and P.O. Chase on a check welfare. Upon arrival, I was advised that Sadie Beecham had contacted the police after coming to her boyfriend's apartment, finding the screen door open. Hold on, my phone is buzzing and I don't know where it is. I don't want it to bother us. All right. Sorry. Of course, it bothered us. All right, so I don't know where it was. All right, so the boyfriend, a large amount of what appeared to be blood inside. The boyfriend was identified as Rosalio Gutierrez. Both of Rosalio's vehicles were still parked outside in the parking lot. His telephone appeared to be off and goes directly to voicemail. I was further advised that the apartment was cleared and that nobody was located inside. I briefly stepped inside the apartment through the screen door. I observed a large amount of what appeared to be BLOOD OOD, that's right, on the carpet in the living room and what appeared to be red DNA stains on the walls. There appears to be an area rug that had been on the floor in the living room that was no longer there. But like he didn't even say there appears to be. How do you say that? Or how do you know that? Do you see an outline, or was there like markings or something there that showed that there was a rug? Unless, see, it's his report's not specific enough to me. I feel like he needed to say how he knew that rug was missing, because Sadie told the other cop that it was missing. So how did he just hear it from the other cop and say that, or what? I did not go any further into the apartment. I was asked to check the dumpsters in the parking lot area. I checked both dumpsters that were in the lot to the east and west of the building. Both were completely empty when I first checked. I spoke to Sadie. She advised that she was dating Rosalio for approximately 3 months. She stated that she had been to his apartment on Saturday and they spent some time together with Rosalio. They said Rosario, but that's not the right name. Rosalio's 2 children. She said that she left late on Saturday. On Sunday, she spoke to him multiple times via text message and had last heard from him around 20:30 on Sunday, so 8:30, when he told her he was dropping his kids off at her mother's house, and then he headed to what he said he was heading to Mike Campbell's house to hang out. That's what he told Sadie. But in reality, he had another girl coming to meet him at his apartment, and she got there 40 minutes late, didn't text that she was getting there 40 minutes late or that she was even running late or call, and then finally she gets there and she's like, I'm here, and then she's like, okay, well, I'm getting worried. I can't hear from your, she's like, he wasn't answering. So she's like, she had texted him a couple times. She's like, okay, well, goodbye, I'm leaving. So I don't know how that was his plans to hang out with her, but then that never happened. So I don't know what happened to him. Sometime in between that time, perhaps something happened. Or maybe someone, because, well, but that doesn't fit the neighbor saying it was 10 to 11. And here this is like 8:30 he's last heard from, and then it's shortly after that his date was coming over and she never got a response from him. So I think it's earlier than 10 o'clock that something happened to him, actually. Anyways, so she stated that she texted him on several times on Monday and never received a response. So she came to check on him. Sadie advised that she had an ex-boyfriend of 11 years whom she had 3 children with. She expressed that she was fearful that he might have done something to Rosalio, not Rosario, because he recently found out that she was dating him and is extremely jealous. She identified the ex as Zachariah J. Anderson. She advised that on April 24th, Rosalio had been over to her house in Germantown, Wisconsin, and Rosalio had mentioned that it appeared that night that someone had entered and rummaged through his vehicle and was parked in the driveway. Sadie was later told by her children that Zachariah had entered the vehicle by their daughter, not their children, by the daughter, that he had entered the vehicle and had taken Rosalio's registration and his vehicle. What? Had taken Rosalio's registration to his vehicle, the vehicle registration, which would include his address. So now he knew where he lived. Sadie further advised that Zachariah is obsessed with her and stalks her. She was currently working with a detective at the Germantown PD regarding his actions. And where that came from, we don't really know if it's true or not, that he might have been jealous. Who wouldn't be? If you've been with this person 11 years and they start dating someone else and you are watching it and you share children with them, there's jealousy there. So she was currently working as with a detective in Germantown regarding his actions. Detective Supervisor Bandy arrived on scene. I was asked to photograph Rosalio. Oh, we went back to the right name now of the victim. Rosalio's vehicles, exterior, interior, and an overall of the parking lot, and also the inside of the dumpsters. I photographed, and photos were later uploaded to DIMS. The dumpsters that were previously completely empty now had several items dumped in each from residents of the complex. Detective Supervisor Bandy stated that P.O. Chase had located what appeared to be fibers on the door frame of the main entry of the building. He asked to photograph the fibers and collect them as evidence. I observed white fibers on the exterior of the doorframe on the lower right side. On the inside lower right was what appeared to be a piece of blue plastic. I photographed the items and then collected both in separate brown bags. I then guarded the crime scene until I was relieved by P.O. Heed. I brought the fibers and plastic to the Joint Services Evidence Bureau. I sealed the paper bags with evidence tape. I then entered them into evidence and secured them in locker 017. See all other reports for further details. Thank you, Justin Niebuhr. So that wasn't even an interview with, it said at the top that he was interviewing See, it says at the top he was interviewing Zachariah Anderson, yet he didn't. This was just like a summary of what had happened. So I'm confused by his reporting, but okay. This is, same one. Next. All right, so now we're on 520. And Jared Henderson is our officer. And on 5/20/2020, at approximately 21:33 hours, I.P.O. Henderson was patrolling in full KPD uniform and in marked squad 3442 with audio and video, again, not recording. I was assigned to take over scene security. Probably at Rosalio's apartment. Upon arriving on the scene, P.O. Arenas was already on scene providing scene security. P.O. Arenas turned over the incident sign-in log at approximately 21:33 hours. During my time on scene, I did not observe anyone enter or exit the residence. At approximately 23:30 hours, P.O. Alve arrived on scene and took over scene security. I signed out of the scene and turned over their sign-in log. Every crime scene there's a sign-in log, so we know who's at the scene. So this is just showing us the chain of custody for that. See other officers' reports for further information. This ends my involvement in the case. All right. Next, we are looking at report from Ryan Hill, also 520. I, Officer Ryan Hill, was on normal patrol operating Squad 3345 in full KPD uniform. I responded to, that wasn't redacted, in reference to the incident, so that must be Rosalio's apartment. I was instructed to respond to this location and stand by until a vehicle that was being collected as evidence was ready to be transported to the Wisconsin State Crime Laboratory. On arrival, I staged outside the cordoned off area and waited until the vehicle, a black 2005 Dodge van with Wisconsin's license plate ending in 45, was secured on a tow truck. This is Zach's car. So they must have got a warrant then overnight for Zach's car. The tow company was Gerich's from Mequon, Wisconsin. When the vehicle was ready to be transported, I followed behind the tow truck to the Wisconsin Crime Lab in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Once at the crime scene, or the crime lab, the vehicle was turned over to employees of the lab, and I was provided a receipt of physical evidence. I also received a receipt from the tow service. This concludes my involvement. See other officers' supplementary reports for more information. Thank you, Ryan Hill. All right, next day, 5/21. So now this is 2 days after Rosalio was reported to be missing. Luke Courtier is the officer. On 5/21, IPO Courtier was, I don't know if I'm saying that right, hope I am, was on patrol in full KPD uniform operating marked Squad 3346 with squad video, again, not recording. At approximately, they should be recording at all times, I think, unless you're like, you want to make like a private phone call to your wife or something, then it's okay to turn the recording off. But at this point, you're public servants, and I think you should have recording all the time so that we can keep track of what's going on for the officer's safety and for the safety of everyone else at large. All right, but anyways, I'm on a rant. So at approximately 2016 hours, I responded to the KPD Detective Bureau to assist under the investigation. My dog wants to be on camera. Say hi. Say hi. No? Okay. She's acting shy, I guess. They really want me to go give them FOOD because it's about that time for them, and it's not time yet, but they're just being really annoying and impatient. All right, so at approximately 2016 hours, I responded to the KPD Detective Bureau to assist under this investigation. Upon arrival, I met with Detective Kanisi, who requested I retrieve Zachariah Anderson's clothing from the property at the Kenosha County Jail. I responded to the jail and retrieved all of Zachariah's property that was located in a blue inmate bag. With gloved hands, I placed the items into a paper bag and secured them in my squad car trunk. I transported the items back to the KPD evidence processing room. Upon arrival, I lined the metal evidence table with approximately 5 paper bags due to paper liner not being available. I then removed the sandals from the bag and placed them on the lined table. These sandals were mostly blue with a gray foot strap that was bordered in brown. Both sandals, let me see if I can find out some pictures. Both sandals appear to be heavily worn with feet impressions to each and were found to be Athletic Works brand sold commonly by Walmart. And during the trial, they did say something about the fact that he was always just in flip-flops like all the time. And even in the wintertime, he was always walking around in his flip-flops. So, I'm going to try to pull up the free Zachariah. That's not even what I wanted. Hold on. I wanted Google. Google Chrome seems a little faster for me when I'm streaming. But anyways, all right. So let's see where I left off. I want to get pictures because I think we have some corresponding pictures of his sandals and stuff. Come on, Google. Anyways, upon arrival, he lined the table. He found the Athletic Works brand is usually sold at Walmart. The left sandal was found to be size 12 and the right sandal was found to be size 11. That's weird. Maybe he wears 2 different size shoes. I removed the jeans and placed them on the line table. The jeans did not appear to be heavily worn and were possibly even new. The tag on the right buttocks area was not faded and was Levi Strauss brand, 34 wide and 32 long. See, he's a little guy, so to be 34 wide and 32 long, that's a guy that is a man that is a little smaller in stature. I mean, nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying he probably didn't carry a 200 and whatever pound man. I think he's like 240 and 6 feet tall. I don't know how tall Zachariah Anderson is, but maybe we'll find it somewhere in all of our stuff as we search. I'm searching for free Zachariah Anderson. It's just taking forever. All right. So I removed the jeans and placed them on the line table. They were Levi's, and Levi's is also commonly sold at Walmart. I removed the white V-cut short sleeve shirt and placed it on the line table. This shirt appeared to be very new, as the imprinted tag on the back collar was not faded at all. The brand was George, commonly sold at Walmart, and was size large 42-44. I observed on the bottom of the rear right side of the shirt a brown light orange small linear stain. I was unable to determine what the stain was from. The last item I removed was a pair of underwear that had been in the right front pocket of the jeans. I placed the underwear on the line table, which were blue in color and Fruit of the Loom brand size medium, commonly sold at Walmart. The underwear appeared faded and the elastic loose, as if it had been worn frequently. I packaged the pair of shoes, shirt, jeans, and underwear in separate paper bags and sealed them. I then placed the bags into evidence locker 026. Photographs were taken and uploaded to the KPD workstation. End of report. See other reports for details. And I am going to show you guys in evidence what pictures we have in evidence, just to correspond right now with what we're talking about at the moment, so you guys can picture things in your mind better, because sometimes I have a hard time picturing things without an image to think about. My internet is being so slow today. It's not just my internet, it's like everything is being really slow. Okay, well, it's just going to take a little while to load. So while that's loading, if it ever does, it's supposed to be all pictures. It's not loading right now. Alright, anyways, let's keep reading so that it doesn't throw us totally off track. I don't want to give you guys silence. Alright, so the next one, Officer Hill again, and this is 5/21/2020. I, Officer Hill, was on normal patrol operating squad 3344 I was directed in KPD uniform. I was directed to log the vehicle that was collected and transported to the Wisconsin Crime Lab on 5/20/2020 into evidence. The vehicle, a black 2005 Dodge van with Wisconsin license plate ending in 45, left the scene in Mequon, Wisconsin on 5/20/2020 at 14:32 hours and was secured at the Wisconsin Crime Lab at 15:22 hours, and a receipt from the crime lab was provided. The vehicle was entered into evidence today at 8:06 hours. This concludes my involvement in the incident. Okay. So lots of people showing that they were near the or showing the chain of custody for certain things here. All right, so now this is Kyle Morrissey interviewing, I believe, Celia Patterson is Rosalio's mother. Yes. Okay. So 5/21/2020, IPO K. Morrissey, wearing full Kenosha Police Department uniform, he spelled it all out, while in marked squad car, responded to the Wyndham Garden 6th Avenue address as an evidence technician. Upon arrival, I spoke with Celia Patterson, who stated that she was the mother of Rosalio Gutierrez. I don't know what that VER stands for. Patterson signed the Kenosha Police Department consent to obtain saliva for comparison form and allowed me consent to take a DNA sample from her. So she's giving her saliva and whatnot so he can compare. I placed on a new face mask and a new pair of nitrile style gloves. Excuse me. Using a new and sealed package of cotton swabs, I removed the swabs and swabbed both the right and left side of the inside of Patterson's cheeks. I placed the swabs back into the original packaging. I removed and discarded my nitrile gloves, and I returned to the Public Safety Building Evidence Department, where I logged the swabs into evidence using LERMs, whatever that is, and secured them into locker 6. No further action. Alrighty. So 521, Jeffrey Van Wee. On May 19th, 2020, at about 1300 hours, I, Officer Van Wee, responded to an address to conduct evidence work. Sergeant Bandy briefed Officer Wiedner and I about the nature of the check welfare call. I was in marked squad car 3390. Upon arrival, I observed the scene was taped off with police tape and officers were standing guard. Detective Correa, number 454, advised that he obtained a search warrant and Officer Wiedner and I could begin our processing. Yeah, but they entered the home first before the search warrant and got mud all over the place. So I don't know how good your search is going to be. Officer Wiedner and I conducted an initial walkthrough of the scene. I observed the building, and it consisted of 8 units, 4 upper and 4 lower, and was Rosalio's was on the first floor on the northwest side of the building. Outside north side of the apartment building, I observed multiple cigarette butts in the grass in various places between the exterior apartment blah blah and the parking lot. I walked inside the main entrance building door and observed a stairwell going downstairs and the first floor hallway. Underneath the stairwell, I observed a receipt lying on the floor. At apartment blah blah door, I observed multiple dried red fluid stains on the door frame, and hallway walls. I also observed several dried red fluid stains on the hallway across from his unit. So there was red fluid stains everywhere, outside of his apartment and inside of his apartment. Officer Wiedner and I did not open the apartment door at this time. We walked around and entered through the patio door on the north side of the building, which was open. Upon entering the apartment through the patio door, I immediately observed a large pool of red fluid on the living room floor. Due to the amount of red fluid in the hallway and on the apartment, and in the apartment that I could observe and the circumstances of the call, I will be referring to the dried red fluid substance as BLOOD for the remainder of this report. I will not. The large pool of red fluid on the floor had a very large, obvious void on the north side of it. The void appeared to be from an area rug as it was large and square. Taking a closer look at the large red fluid pool, I observed what appeared to be a footwear impression in part of it. I observed more BLOOD stains in the carpet going east towards the dinette table. So it was all in the dining room, living room, his kitchen, and the outside by his front door and the across the hall from him too. So when walking in through the patio door, the layout of the apartment is as follows. The patio door is on the north side of the living room. The living room is an open concept with the kitchen and dinette area to the south of it. The living room and dinette has a hallway going to the west, which leads to the bathroom south and a bedroom north. I did not observe any red fluid in the bedroom or bathroom. In addition to the red fluid on the living room floor, I also observed a large red fluid stain on the couch in the living room. The couch was a L-shaped couch, which was against the north and east walls. The couch had a large stain to an upright pillow and a cushion on the north wall. The side of the north wall. I also observed a large stain to the seat cushion directly below the upright stain. I observed red fluid on the north living room walls, including the patio door blinds. I observed red fluid on the table directly in front of the blinds at the end of the couch in front of the patio door. I observed a multiple red fluid stain on the inside of the main apartment door in the living room as well as the north living room hall. On the ceiling in the living room, I observed droplets of red fluid that lined up with the consistency of a cast-off pattern. On the living room floor, amongst droplets near the apartment door, I observed several small fibers which had the appearance of hair. I also observed a small piece of wood about an inch long which had red fluid and possible hair on it. A piece of wood about an inch long. I wonder if it came off of something that was used to strike him in the head. I don't know. Several feet west of the main entrance door, I observed a table which had red fluid stains on the top of it and the sides of it. I also observed red fluid stains on the walls above the table directly inside of the apartment door. I observed a plastic shoe mat that was leaned against the wall between the couch and the apartment door. Behind the shoe mat on the wall, I observed red fluid stains. This would indicate that the shoe mat had been moved against the wall sometime after the fluid stains got there. On the living room floor, in the area of where the area rug should have been, I observed a piece of paper on the floor. On the seat cushion of the couch with the majority of the red stains, I observed a black financial card holder. The financial card holder did not have any red fluid on it. However, there was fluid on the cushion underneath it. On the TV stand located on the west living room wall, I observed an open Corona beer and a plastic bottle of water. Partially under the TV stand, I observed a medium-sized painted rock. Okay. In the dinette area, I observed a table and 4 chairs. One of the chairs was away from the table and appeared to have been moved. The chair had several jackets on it. I observed the dinette table had multiple items on top of it, including a laptop computer and pictures which appear to have been drawn and colored by children. I observed red fluid stains on the top of the table, computer, and pictures. So everywhere. I mean, basically, it got all over the place. The laptop was shut, and when we opened it and observed it, it was turned on and did not appear to have a passcode. I observed blood stains on the carpet floor in the dinette. I observed the east wall, and the dinette was designed with large cutout area to view. So there's like a cutout window with a countertop on the bottom of the cutout. I observed stains on the east dinette wall and on the countertop of the cutout. I observed stains on the chair in the dinette with the jackets. So the one with all the jackets. There were multiple kids' play items that were in the dinette floor area, including several Easter baskets with items in them. I observed stains on several items in the Easter, oh, that's so sad, in the Easter baskets, on several other of the children's items on the floor. In the kitchen, I observed a couple droplets of red liquid on the counter area next to the sink and one droplet on the top edge of the sink. The sink is directly under the wall out of the cut out to the dinette. Officer Wiedner took video of the scene and I took photos of the scene. Officer Wiedner and I marked the following items of evidence with evidence markers. Number 1, red fluid in hallway outside of apartment door. Number 2, receipt under stairwell. Receipt under stairwell in hallway. Number 3, cigarette butts on ground outside of apartment. Number 4, tool bag directly inside of patio door on the floor. Number 5, table at end of couch in front of patio door with red fluid on it. Number 6, piece of paper on living room floor. Number 7, financial card holder on seat cushion. Number 8, upright couch seat cushion with stains. Number 9, painted rock under the TV stand. Number 10, a large pool of red fluid on the living room floor. So they collected the carpet, I'm assuming. 11, small piece of broken off wood on floor with red fluid on it. Hair on floor, hair on floor. Shoe mat against living room wall. Folding knife located on table several feet inside of apartment door. Stains on dinette table. HP laptop computer on dinette table with stains. Jackets on dinette chair. I took photos of all of the above evidence marked items. Outside of the apartment in the parking lot, I observed a white Ford Explorer pickup truck with Colorado license plate ending in 26. I took photos of the truck's exterior and interior with the assistance of Officer Wiedner. I took scaled photos of the majority of the stains that we located. Officer Wiedner and I opened the main apartment door and I observed stains on the door frame, on the jamb, by the door hinges. These stains are not visible when the door is shut, as the door blocks them, indicating that the stains arrived there with the door in the open position. I also observed what appeared to be a partial footwear impression on the outside of the main apartment door, on the door. So did he kick, the person kick the door open? Or maybe they needed to like get their foot leverage once they started to attack Rosalio. I don't know. I took photos of the stains and footwear impression. I attempted to lift the footwear impression with a gel lift. However, it did not recover. So they weren't able to get a lift or an impression of the footwear. Officer Wiedner took the red fluid and touched DNA swabs from a variety of locations on scene, and I dusted multiple items and areas for latent prints. I lifted prints from the following areas: inside patio door frame, Canada Dry water bottle in kitchen, Corona beer bottle. I cut out the couch cushion with the large stain on it for evidence. I also cut out 3 sections of the living room carpet for evidence. One of the carpet cutouts is the large pool with the footwear impression. Another was a large section of carpet which shows the void from the area rug, and the third section was the stains between the large blood pool and the dinette area. Officer Wiedner and I collected and secured our evidence and secured the doors to the apartment, which was also being guarded by KPD. We transported the evidence directly to KPD evidence. At KPD evidence, we properly packaged, logged, and secured the following items of evidence: his Chrome laptop, evidence marker 17 from dinette table, cutout couch cushion with stain, cigarette butts from the front yard, receipt from under stairs in hallway. It was a Piggly Wiggly receipt for A1 steak sauce. Black North Face jacket from Dinette Chair. Blue undercoat from Dinette Chair with above North Face jacket. Black earbuds located on the living room floor near the main apartment door. A blue toothbrush from the bathroom. Purple latex type glove located on floor of bathroom. That's interesting. I mean, this is like the height of coronavirus, but one latex purple glove. I don't know. That's kind of weird. Laying on the floor when this happened. White Samsung tablet. A picture or painting from the dinette table with stains on it. Possible hair on it. Swab dinette table. Swab large pool. Red, white toothbrush from bathroom. Pink, white toothbrush from bathroom. Purple, white toothbrush from bathroom. Purple painted rock from living room floor. Black folding knife from table by main door. Trace lift, fiber, possible hair from sofa seat cushion. Same thing from pillow on sofa. Same thing from sofa cushion. Financial card holder from sofa cushion. And these swabs from living room ceilings and doorknob. Also from interior main door lock. Swabs from the patio door handle. Swabs from the sofa pillow stain. DNA touch swab from exterior patio door handle. More swabs. Living room ceiling. A sofa cushion. Interior door. Corona bottle. Exterior door frame. Water bottle from living room. More swabs. DNA swabs. Doorknob swabs. Fiber. Hair from living room floor. Piece of wood from living room floor. Blood swab from exterior. A small piece of white hard substance from pool in living room floor. Small piece of white hard substance. Wonder what that is. Latent prints that were lifted, 5 cards each. Section of soaked carpet, section of carpet with the stains and the void, section of carpet with the stains and the pool and the dinette, a pillow from the couch, and a large, with a large stain. And then he uploaded photos to the bureau, and that was, this is where I'm going to end here because that was a nice long one, and I wanted to pull up the evidence, the pictures. Let's see if we can refresh this page and see if they're coming up now. All right. So here are pictures. We'll just go through a few. Okay, never mind. Screen turned black. Alrighty, what's going on here? I wanted to go through the pictures with you guys. Photos. Is this page gonna load now? Okay. Let me see. Nope. It's still not loading. I don't know why. Having internet issues today, I think. Come on, photos. Alright, I'm going to give this another second. And then I might just say forget it. Because these photos are not working. So anyways, well, okay, good. There's some pictures here. I thought that was a good in-depth report there on what the crime scene looked like. Dexter, go lay down. He needs to be told to lay down because he begs very badly for food. Okay, let me see if I can get these up and running. They're just so slow. I don't know. Trigger warning, you're going to see the red fluid. There's many, many pictures. It's just so slow. Alright, I'm not going to zoom in because it's taking forever. But if you do go to the free ZachariahAnderson.org website, you can go and look at all of the pictures yourself. You can... nothing's working right now. I'm getting very frustrated. Alright. You can go there and look for yourself, but you can see that there is a large amount of red DNA fluid everywhere in the apartment, especially on the floor. There, you can see here like where the area rug would have been, I guess. There's a mark there, which potentially Rosalio was rolled up in, possibly the carpet. Maybe. There's some cigarette butts. That's the outdoor. He was, his patio door, remember, was just open. Stains on the couch, stains on the carpet, stains pretty much everywhere. Here are arrest photos from Zach. And as you can see, he's just wearing t-shirt, jeans, and flip-flops, and that a lot of his family members and friends would say that's pretty much what he wore every day. And he just liked to be comfortable. He was a white t-shirt and jeans kind of guy. And as you can see, there's nothing on his hands. He doesn't have any injuries or anything like that. There's pictures of Zach's home and what they did during the investigation, but we haven't gotten there yet. So let's stop there. And here, Zach's car, Zach's caravan. They took a bajillion pictures of that, so we don't need to look at all of them. But they took a lot of pictures, and there's like one instance of something that they think is possibly Rosalio's DNA, and it's the size of a pinhead, and they said it's like on the back of the minivan. I don't know. I'll have to pull it up next time and have it ready for you guys if I can find it. Because but as you can see, it's like a work van. It's not a very clean van. The floor on the van is dirty, and there's no carpet in it. It's used for work. He's got hefty bags in there. Yeah, my stuff is being really slow. So I'll leave it at that. We don't need to keep looking at my slowly loading internet today. I don't know why things are being super slow. So we'll stop there, and I hope you enjoyed this episode. We're going to continue on next episode, just continuing on with all the police reports and statements. So next we've got, looks like a statement from somebody. So we shall see what it's all about next time. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate you for spending your time with me. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Have a great one. Thanks for watching. Take care.